led me here to Dunamis. So first, I became acquainted with Dunamis from Facebook. It's a kind of strange way to become acquainted. But James had put up a message for volunteer teachers. At the time, I was volunteering at an orphanage, and I mean, it was nice, but I really felt there was more I could better service the community, better ways. So when I saw this advertisement, I thought it'd be a good opportunity. I'd be able to use some of my skills to help with the community. So I got sent back a mission statement. I don't know if any of you have seen this mission statement, but it's like so many pages. And really kind of left me unsure with what I was going to do here. But I agreed to go to my first worship. And the night before, my boyfriend was kind of discouraged about me coming to worship because there are some cults in Korea, as you guys know. But of course, me not being from Korea, I wouldn't have ever thought of that. So he was really nervous, but I went anyway, and I wasn't brainwashed. Everything was okay. I'm still here. But it was a little uncomfortable for me because it was only me, and I didn't know anybody there. Despite being uncomfortable, everybody was so happy to be there. And it was wonderful, too, just to give up a few hours of my day to service the Lord. So it was a really good experience, but I did feel uncomfortable, too, so I wasn't quite sure what I was meant to do. It wasn't until James had told me about MT. So I worked the whole week. MT was in Incheon, which was coming from Gangneung. It was hard to get to. I was really reluctant. I really didn't want to go, frankly. But he kept asking, so I eventually went, and I'm glad I did. Because if it wasn't for that experience, I probably wouldn't have made that commitment to Dunamis. There's where I met Joyce, TG, James, and I really got to know them and what their purpose is within Dunamis and how they put everything that they can into their service for the Lord. And I really respect that, and I think that's what I was trying to do with the orphanage, but I just hadn't found it. And that's why I could really see that was missing in my life. And that passion, I really wanted it for myself. So I got a text message the other day. I don't know who sends the text messages, but it is a nice part to wake up in the morning to read. Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. Well, I could really see this with the leaders of Dunamis, the people, they put everything they can just for the service of the Lord. And yeah, I think I'm pretty good at working at everything I do with my heart, but it's not for the right reasons. I know that. And I know I want to better myself through the Lord, and I want to do it for the Lord. And this passion is what made me really make that mental commitment to Dunamis. Now, I did make a mental commitment, but at that time I was going through a lot of changes too. As you know, being a teacher in Korea, we have one-year contracts. So every time that year comes up, we have to make these life decisions. What am I going to do? Am I going to stay in Korea? Am I going to go back home? Am I going to stay at my company, go to a new company? All of these decisions are really hard for me. For any decision, it's really hard for me, but because they're important, it's even harder. So I was really contemplating this, and the day I had told my boss I wasn't going to stay was the same day, right before I worked, I told him I wasn't going to stay. As I finished work, I got a text message from the company I'm at now. And the location, when I found the message on Facebook, I didn't know the location here. So it turned out to be pretty good. My boyfriend lives in this area. But then I got this text message for this area. I thought, yeah, okay, that'd be really nice. I can be close to my boyfriend. But I realize now that it's turned out to be really good because it's brought me closer to Dunamis and closer to everybody here and the Lord. So I'm really grateful that the Lord has shown me this opportunity, and He made it to where I couldn't miss it, because I could have missed it. But He made it to where I knew this is what I was meant to be. And maybe it took me a little while to realize, but I think I'm meant to be here. And as for my future, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. My year's contract is coming to an end again, and I still have all these decisions to make, but I know the Lord will show me what I'm meant to do, and I just need to be patient and wait calmly. So there was a verse in the Bible, Philippians 4:6 and 4:7. I'm sure many of you are going through some of these changes as well, and this has really helped me. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live through Christ. And as I come to make these decisions, it really does help me because, of course, I'm praying, I'm trying to find out what it is I'm meant to do. And, of course, I have all that anxiety still in my heart, but I know He's there. And for the students, you guys are going through many similar situations. You guys are coming to the year's end. You need to know what you're going to study or where you're going to go in the future. And I think this can help you as well. If you just keep in mind, I pray and I try to do the same, that you keep in mind that God will be with you through it all. And just be patient for Him as I try to do for myself. Now, for this past year, teaching with Dunamis has been wonderful. I really hate, frankly, that we have these midterms and these finals because it takes away, and all the students, I know you have to go study, you have to do all this stuff, but it's been a pleasure getting to know all of you. And when everybody comes to class, they're so enthusiastic, and they put all of what they can into being in class. And I really want to do the same for me. So when you guys are there, I want to give all you can, give all that I can through teaching you and through servicing you before our Lord. So I hope you guys know if there is anything I can do, you always call me because I'll be there. And be patient for the Lord, and He'll help us while we all struggle through our changes and our difficulties. Thank you.